Taking off your bra and your shoes is, like, the best feeling in the world at the end of the day.
Honestly.
It really is. Like, I truly don't think men will ever understand, like, the real, like, shoes, okay, but, like, taking off a sports bra, any bra, the relaxation that just overcomes your body. Because you know that the day is over.
That is your signal.
Like, that is your signal. You know that the day is over, and if anybody calls you and it's just like, hey, you need to come do this, you're like, you better be dying.
Because I'm going to have to put on a bra.
Hello, nerdlings.
Hello.
You guys remember Allie? She got a haircut last time.
It's also straight this time.
Yeah, it is. It's always curly.
And I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, after she cut her hair, she grew like 5 inches. Now she's even more taller than me. I don't know how that happened.
I think you shrunk.
Alright, so today is our reaction video of Supernatural Season 14 premiere.
Exactly. Basically, anything we thought while we were watching it.
Yeah.
It's fair game.
The premiere was now going, for one thing, it's monumental that Supernatural's been on TV for this long.
It really is. What is it, the longest running of its genre, right?
I believe so, or it's like coming in hot on I don't know whose heels, but
I know Grey's Anatomy is like the longest running like drama.
Yeah, and it's like right behind Grey's Anatomy. They started around the same time.
Yeah, I think Grey's has like, what, 15 seasons?
I think 16. They've been on TV a little too long.
Well, I think you've had enough.
The premiere of you know, with the ending of season 13 ending in the way that it did, you would think that the premiere of season 14
would be
a bit of a bang.
Well, yeah, because if you remember back to the opening of season 13, it was quite the opening episode.
Yeah.
Because it was with the British
Men of Letters.
The lady kidnapped Sam. Was that 13? Usually the season openings for Supernatural are good. Like, you're like, oh.
They're really good, you know, and especially when it ended with something so big as, you know, Dean finally basically saying yes to Michael.
After all this time.
So we can jump on into it with Michael. First, the hat was overkill. The outfit is nice, but the hat's overkill.
Yeah, but
he looks like Peaky Blinders. Like, really, it's like when Michael came back, someone showed him a TV show, and he was like, I'm gonna dress like this.
Yes, but also, like, it's Michael, so I feel like everything he does, he's just always over the top.
He's a little over the top.
He's just a little over the top.
And he was like, I'm finally gonna dress a vessel the way I want it to be dressed.
I guess there wasn't time.
I don't know.
The first go around.
Yeah, the first couple
Well, this is a different Michael too, though.
Yeah, this is a bit of a different Michael. The voice is what we had some problems with.
Is he British?
He went from like the first scene, like it was like,
and if you cared about
Southern, no, British.
Would have gone into that broom closet with.
Like, it's not. I know that Dean is playing a new character, and he did it very well. Like, Jensen. You kind of forgot that was Dean.
Yeah, you're like, okay, clearly it's someone else. It was like he did as good as like when Sam was playing Gladriel.
Yeah, Gadriel. And he could have kind of done it like that, like.
Yeah, because
he just had like kind of a normal. Yeah, voice with different mannerisms, like just a normal voice.
He spoke like in a different cadence.
Yeah,
but
Dean Jensen, I think went a little too hard with it because that time when he sees Joe, and he goes like, everyone keeps calling me that. Like he it was stretches his words.
And like speaking of going back to the episode as a whole, we were talking about how it wasn't really that big of like it was kind of a flop.
It was a filler episode.
Yeah.
It felt like a filler episode.
It did.
And I don't know who directed. I should look. I hope it wasn't someone that's like beloved by the cast. But the problem is it was awful directing. The script was fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like they've had better scripts.
But the directing and I think a little bit of the casting. The Crowley dude, the guy trying to be Crowley.
I don't want to talk about fake Crowley.
He was awful. I mean, his entire outfit was just way too much blue. was overkill.
Everything about all of it was just too much.
It was too much. She was trying too hard. Nothing against the actor.
I mean, I think maybe they were going for that, but it was like so much so that it seemed like it wasn't on purpose.
It wasn't great. And the problem with me is if it was someone they were planning on killing within that episode, they shouldn't have had him build himself up.
I know, there's this huge build, and I was like, great, like, we're gonna have to stick with this guy.
With Asmodeus, like, he built himself up big, and then he kept doing it.
And he stayed.
And like I said 1,000 times, even though he was probably one of the world's biggest dicks, I wanted to see him in more than one season, and I wasn't happy with how he went out.
But, like, I was even surprised. Like, I was very glad when Sam stabbed what's-his-face, fake Crowley, or, wanted Crowley in the heart. But I was very shocked. I thought that he was going to at least,
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was going to be around.
Yeah.
But that entire scene is where I think most of our problems were.
Oh, that whole scene.
That whole scene was god-awful. The slow motion
alone
made no sense.
I mean,
usually when you put slow motion in anything, it plays into it. Even if it's the world's weirdest comedy, slow motion plays into it. And the slow motion made no sense. And they've never really done slow motion during fight scenes before.
No.
If that was a regular thing of the show,
I don't know what it is about their fighting now that's becoming such an issue, because in the season finale of 13, there was that weird air fighting. I know.
My God! Oh wow! We cannot talk about that.
We already talked about it.
That is something that was probably. I really want to go to conventions so I can just ask them.
Why?
Like, just look at them and be like, did you feel uncomfortable doing that as we did watching it? Because we were super uncomfortable.
I was very uncomfortable. And it was the same thing with the slow-mo fighting. I was so uncomfortable.
I didn't like it. And so that whole scene was just weird. Nick being alive.
Oh, gosh.
Made no sense. He got stabbed in the, not the heart, like under the ribs.
Okay, but, regardless of that.
He should have got hit in the lung.
Okay, but, regardless of that, way back when he was Lucifer's vessel to begin with, he literally was, peeling apart.
He's been torn apart several times, rebuilt. I know they want to keep Mark Pellegrino because he is amazing.
Amazing, and I'm super happy with that. Let's keep Mark Pellegrino, okay, but,
But at the same time, that was another thing that I was wrong with the episode. You feel like there should have been a bigger build-up
to him being
alive, and there
is he awake? They were like, yeah, and you walk in and there sits Nick, and you're like, okay,
but
I had no idea. I had no idea that he was still alive.
And I think it's BS that he doesn't remember stuff from being in Lucifer's vessel. Remember how he was like, I remember bits and pieces.
No, why?
I'm sorry, but he has been his vessel for too long.
Yeah, but you remember, what's-his-face, Jimmy Novak was Castiel's vessel for forever. When Castiel leaves, he's like, I don't remember.
You're right, but still,
because it's do you remember when Lucifer possesses Cass?
Yeah.
And Cass is in, his own little headspace world?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's what happens when, angels possess vessels. They just kind of, set them up in their own little, chill space in their mind.
Yeah.
So they're not always aware of what's happening. Yeah. I feel like it's not completely
But Nick being back is weird. Nick being alive, I think they should have let him die. I accidentally pinpointed the wrong Sam.
She goes, the Sam.
I saw this guy with flannel, and we hadn't seen Sam yet, and I started seeing the beard, and they made such a big deal, the cast did, about Jared finally growing some scruff, and I was like, look, Sam Beard, and it turns out to be some dude with real long brown hair, which could be Sam at the same time,
but it was down to his belly button long.
And so Sam walks on, and he's just got a scruff of a man that's real tired.
It's not.
That's another thing they made too big of a deal about.
So, and I have kind of an issue with the other world people, because I like the idea of being able to bring back these characters, but the problem is they're not different enough. I don't feel like it's Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby seems too much of the same.
Charlie
seems too much the same. But see, my guessing is what happened is they were all still living their normal lives, just without Sam and Dean, up until.
Yeah.
And that's what I think it makes them still very similar, is the fact that...
It just feels like cheating.
It still feels like cheating. I would like if they still had like a little bit of change. Like, because I feel like Charlie, even though being thrown into a war zone, basically, not going through the whole Leviathan ordeal, would have made her... Different in the sense of she would still be getting used to the fact that the apocalypse went down.
Or something. I don't know. Like, it's just a small little side note. I just feel like it's cheating. Like, I'm not complaining because I do like the characters that are back, but it's
it's a bit of cheating.
Oh, can we talk about? Yeah. We were talking about Mary and Bobby. Can we talk about Bobby and his clothes?
Bobby and his clothes are way too clean.
Which is weird seeing Bobby like that.
He's usually rough and tumbled. Yeah. Maybe it's because the other Bobby was...
Well,
maybe
I think
that
they
Bobby
came from this grungy world.
And he was like, I want to dress nice, but he looks like a dad.
He does look like a dad.
But he's still trying to wear his trucker hat, too, with, like, this real nice, like dad, like, shirt. Banana Republic shirt, and then he's got this trucker hat on. And I just couldn't get over how well dressed he was.
I just think it's fine. I think there's a difference from Bobby.
He's dressing nice for Mary.
I think so too.
There's gonna be something happening between them two.
Is. It's a thing.
It's a thing. It definitely is a thing. They walked through the park on a rainy day together.
I like it.
And found a dead body.
That's great. That sounds
so romantic, right?
Well, for this show, yes.
You want to see a dead body for a date?
Sign me up. Oh, poor baby Alex.
I mean, personally, I know he's new to the world. She was poor baby Alex. I kind of was like, to this point, just because of the world the boys live in, I kind of want Alex to toughen up a little bit. Like, I am really...
Wait, is that his character's name or is that his name?
It's not Alex. That's his actor's name. It's Jack. Wow.
I was just like, that's not his name in the show.
Jack. Why?
I don't know. Yeah. He looks so much like an Alex.
Yeah, he does, because he is Alex. Jack. I understand he's like only like, I don't know how many months it's been.
I don't either.
He's still a sweet, innocent soul, and he was thrown into this horrible world so quick. Because he went from a loving little boy going, I love nougat, to...
Right, well, and like his character, he tries so hard all the time. Like, he wants to do good.
Yeah.
All the time. And then all of a sudden he loses his power, and he's like, now I can't do anything. So it's like he was helpless kind of even with his power, but now he doesn't have his power, so he's like double helpless. So I understand
I think he needs to stop beating himself up. Overall, the episode was good, but it felt like a filler.
It was definitely
for the first episode of the 14th season. It felt like a filler. I don't think the writing was bad. No offense to the director and the location manager.
It could have been better.
It could have been better. Better locations could have been picked. I thought it would be really interesting if the guy who was trying to be Crowley, the way that he was acting, I thought it would be really interesting if they met in a fancier place and had that fight.
He's trying to be Crowley.
Yeah. I think that would have been really interesting, but
they didn't.
But they didn't. There was just a lot.
Brawl.
Yeah, it was. It was a dud.
We'll see about episode 2. You know? I mean, maybe they wanted the first episode to fly under the radar. Yeah.
I think out of all of it, I did like when Michael was talking to the what was it? The Muslim man. He was.
Oh, that scene where he's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, what do you want and things. I really liked that. That was a good scene.
The first time we had seen a different faith other than Catholicism and like
Wiccan and like paganism. That was nice.
That was interesting.
That was really interesting, and it was really nice that Michael, like, they didn't make this whole show about how he was like, you blasphemer or something. He was just there. He's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want in this world? That was another thing we forgot to point out, just to end it all.
It's a little weird.
That whole going around and asking people people what they wanted, when at the end of the day, he knew what he wanted, and he's just like, this is what I want to have. Why are you going to go ask people to get their hopes up?
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed our rant, our getting off topic, and our talking about Supernatural. I don't know if we're entertaining. Sometimes we are. We're tired. But also, if you're mad at some of the things we have to say, tough cookies.
Okay, bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Am I out?
Yeah.
Am I out of frame?
Stop. You gotta like spread your whole entire body. Remember?
Am I out?
Am I out of frame?
Wait, stay on the floor. Am I out?
Am I?